Welcome to Make It Last with Say Jaf and Kas. I'm your host, Harry Cassell.
Jafari Roberts.
We're only with you for about 10 to 15 minutes, so let's make that time last.
All right, Harry, another week. What do we have? Looks like Cavs Celtics is actually...
When I say make that time last, and that's what I mean that we're not going to bore you with a bunch of LeBron's not the GOAT, Kobe's never had 11 points in a finals game. LeBron will bounce back.
But Harry, he only scored 11 points.
LeBron will bounce back. They'll be good. I feel like LeBron was playing his third game in 5 nights, and the Celtics really just came out and they came to play, and I just don't think the Cavs were expecting it.
I mean, the Celtics didn't even come out to play. They just came out to play the second half. I mean, they had a good run in the third quarter, and they made something out of it.
Instead of spending the whole podcast talking about that, I thought we could just both talk about our favorite things. So just 2 things. Right. For me, my favorite thing was that during the first 2 Cavs games, Boston fans cheered so loud when they were brought within 20. So if they were down 22 and Avery Bradley hit a late 3, they would go wild. Like the Garden was like set aflame. Like everyone lost their mind. And they're like, yes, 19 more.
And now look at them, dude. They're actually winning a game. Wow. My favorite moment was when someone had to be escorted out of Cleveland Arena for heckling LeBron. And LeBron responds and asks him, "What have you ever done?" And this guy's response is just the most classic thing ever. He responds saying, "I have played college basketball."
Which, to be fair, LeBron never did.
But he played D3. And this has to be the most LeVar Ball thing of all time.
It really is. If LeBron James asks you, "What have you ever done?" there's only 10 people that could say something, right? There's Serena Williams, Michael Phelps, Magic Johnson. I almost said LeBron James because I'm like,
LeBron James could tell LeBron James what he's done.
All right,
this guy comes in.
We're gonna go over the polls from last week. The polls last week, as well as this week, are brought to you by New Hope Pharmaceuticals. Go to newhopecbd.com for creams that can help you with recovery, anti-inflammatory, and arthritis relief. And if you buy anything right now, you can enter code MAKEIT, MAKEIT, for free shipping.
That's right. Drop that code. Get it popping. All right. So the polls from last week. First of all, we have: does "Rear Naked Chokehold" sound like a Rihanna song? And 55% of you said no.
Chains and whips excite me. 55% of you don't listen to Rihanna.
I don't agree. Yeah, come on. That was an easy yes.
That was an easy one.
And on to what may be the best part of this podcast. Guess the Florida crime.
We need a sound for that.
It's the best part of the podcast, dude. The choices this week were: a fire truck caught on fire on the way to a call. Which 7% of you said, okay, that was in Canada. Good job. Good job. A man gets arrested for drunk driving and crashing his car into a rehab center. His rehab center, if I may add. 53% of you said this one, and that was actually in Oregon. Ooh. And then the third choice, we had: a man calls 911 and asked to be deported.
A man calls 911.
This is 911.
A man calls 911. He
out.
Called it. A man
predicted 9/11. Sorry, a man calls 911 and asked to be deported.
40% of you got it. That one was in Florida.
9/11.
This is a fun stat. From 2012 to 2017, the all NBA first teams consisted of 19 players from the West, 1 other player from the East, and 5 LeBron Jameses. And just for fun, Jeff, can you name that other Eastern player?
Another player from the East?
The NBA first teams were announced this week. We got the first one. We were very close on the second one, and on the third one, we weren't even close. First team was Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. Second team, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak, Rudy Gobert, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas. The third team, Jimmy Butler. Congratulations, I was close. Draymond Green, John Wall, DeMar DeRozan, and DeAndre Jordan, who I just don't agree with at all. I think there were players like Karl Anthony Towns, averaged twice as many points as him and twice as many assists and looked better. And you can't even make the argument that DeAndre Jordan was on a better team because on first team is Anthony Davis, whose team also didn't make the playoffs. Also, Marc Gasol had 3 times as many assists on 20 points, played very good on a team that also made the playoffs. Jeff, what?
Dwayne Wade?
No. I'll give you 2 more guesses.
Jimmy Butler?
You think Jimmy Butler made first team?
I don't know. Kyrie Irving? I don't know.
It was Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah? I was never going to guess that.
Joakim Noah.
Wow, that was a trap. Man. All right, let's move on.
Also, Lonzo Ball's favorite rappers,
God,
according to a Twitter poll of last year. You want to read that one, Jafari?
Yeah, this is just the worst thing ever. He ranks his... So, man's 18, right? So, Lonzo Ball...
It was the last year post. He's 19 now, so it was
Right.
By 18, you basically know what music you want to listen
Exactly. So, this is unexcusable. His top 5 rappers are Wayne, okay, Future, DMX,
to. Straight out of ATL.
50 Cent, and then Tupac.
Which Tupac doesn't... It just doesn't look right on that list.
What?
I feel like he wrote Lil Wayne, Future, DMX, 50 Cent, Lil Uzi Vert. Done. And then his dad was like, well, you kind of sound uncultured. And then he's like, Dad, you're right. I'm going to put Nas. And he's like, just put Pac. You can't pronounce it. You don't deserve to put it.
Even LeVar Ball can pronounce Nas.
Nas?
Nas. There's a fun little stat they went over after the Cavs Celtics game last night on TNT. And it showed that Shaquille O'Neal, if you don't know him somehow, he's been a teammate of the NBA champion every year, going all the way back to 1984. That's 33 years, Harry, of him being a teammate of a champion.
And for those of you who don't
crazy.
know, Dwight Howard is in a similar position because he's fathered a child every year since 1984. Man's got a lot of kids.
Someone get that picture where Dwight Howard and all his children just wrapped around him, please. Get that going now.
As we said earlier, I don't like the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that the Boston Cavs is just a bad series. And even like the Spurs and Golden State is a bad series, but it's still fun to watch. You know what I mean? Like the Spurs, even without their star players out, still play good basketball. And Golden State still has Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. But like the thing after the Eastern Conference Finals is the dunk contest, and it's so much better.
Dunk.
It's so much better. There's a dunk contest. It's not any NBA players. It's just a bunch of athletic people.
It's hilarious.
They do 360s. They hang by their elbow. And this one guy dunked over his mom in a wheelchair.
That's just so extra.
That's not extra.
It's amazing.
Find
It's
anything in the Cavs-Boston series that is as exciting as this guy that dunked on his mom in a wheelchair.
No things were found.
It was awesome.
That's crazy.
He put her on a poster.
His mom agreed to that. That's what's crazy. So a little tidbit of Carlos Boozer has been going viral lately. After video was found of him saying how he thought LeBron James would be bad coming into the league.
There's a video, yeah. Carlos Boozer was on that Cavs team, and they asked him, what do you think about this guy LeBron, who's quite possibly going to be the first overall pick? And Carlos Boozer was like, nah, we don't need him. This is a man that was on like a 19-win team. If you're worse than the current
Cavs
Sixers,
in 03
you
or
need him. You need him. You need
so
all the
bad.
help you can
They
get.
were so bad.
I would take a
And it's LeBron James.
Vlade Divac in a wheelchair if I had 19 wins.
The Eat Your Words award of the night goes to Carlos Boozer. Good job.
And Lonzo Ball, we didn't even talk about you except for that one reference that we made to you being the dad of the guy that doesn't know music, but you're still the worst person this week.
Oh, easily. You're the
You're
worst person
still
every
the
week.
worst person this week.
And it will never change. All right, so we're going to wrap things up with what might be the best game show in America's history. Guess the Florida Crime. Let's get it, Harry.
Okay, keep an account that last week, I don't know if that has anything to do with this week, but last week it was a man calls 911 and asked to be deported. That was the
right.
Florida crime. So this week, someone gets robbed at gunpoint in a Taco Bell drive-thru.
Ooh.
Someone got arrested for throwing a medical marijuana legalization party.
Okay, all right.
And a man gets a $14 million bond after daring the judge to raise his bond.
Okay, what?
You can vote on these polls.
What?
You can vote on these
Whoever
polls
does that.
on our Twitter page. If you like the show, subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on Twitter at Say Jaf and Kas to keep up the show. Vote on the polls, and don't forget who loves you.
I bet you won't raise my bond, Harry.